get started. Let's jump in here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. How are you? Hello. Hi, chat room. I'll just jump straight in and talk to you guys. Good day, good evening, good afternoon. It's Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide, the greatest live stream in the history of live streams. I'm your host, Hal Sparks, and I will be Hal Sparksing the rest of the night, as Hal Sparks has been wont to do on his own goddamn show. Don't forget, there's a lot of shows coming up. I feel like I just got done with a big, tsunami of them, and it's weird having a week at home where I'm not actually on the road specifically for anything. I have the CES is this weekend, but it's here, and so I'm fine. But right after that, then we're off to the races again. January 23rd at Flappers in Burbank, sunny downtown Burbank. I will be doing stand-up as part of my ongoing monthly. It feels weird calling it a residency because that's like you live there. It's more like my. I treat it more like a flop house that I roll into every so often. But that will be on the 23rd, the 24th. I'm performing in Anaheim at the NAMM Jam, which is the ultimate jam nights. The National Association of Music Makers specific show. I'll be doing like a tune and a half there and some hosting. And on a Tuesday before that, which is the 21st. Yes, sure, why not? Ultimate Jam Night has its 10th anniversary, and I will be hosting that all the way through and singing a couple or three songs, which will be a good time. And hopefully we'll have a bunch of people coming back around to join in the festivities with us. Good times overall, and more to come. But that's those. Oh, and then of course, Sexy Liberals the weekend right before that. Derp. So Sexy Liberal DC is the 18th. This is the Saturday before all that stuff. So that week, pow. I will. I think we're flying out of DC, Summer and I, on the like before the inauguration, which I think is wise. Like day of, like in the morning. Like, we'll leave D.C. when Biden's still in charge of shit. I think that's safe. I think I want my plane to land before dipshit takes over. Because I don't trust, like, any government agency to function automatically after that, Anyways, it's going to be a big to-do for, about a week. And if you're in the area for any of those, join me. If not, live streaming will continue apace, as it were. And so, hello, and thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for giving me the greatest gift you can never give another person, and that is your time. I will do my best not to waste it while I am mocking and fact-checking, which are the two primary things that I do here, often at the same time. I try to, and the people that I believe are themselves time wasters. I'll give you an example. This fucking dude. To some, he used to be the Nuge. And to some, I guess he was, was Wang Dang something Poontangy guy. He was the Cat Scratch Fever guy. He was part of the Amboy Dukes and stuff. And at one point, part of Damn Yankees, which was like a Guards Against the Yankees, like the North from the South, largely, which is weird, anti-American in some ways, but whatever. And I know some of you are like, wait a minute, is his beard longer, but he's wearing the same fucking shirt as last time? Yeah, you can almost smell this video. It is blissfully short, though. It is titled, if I may, Our Government Has Red Carpeted Terrorists. I guess that's easier than saying our government has rolled out the red carpet for terrorists, is clearly his point. But I'm sorry, I'm assuming he has one, I
gotta barbecue your assy molasses!
Right, so I apologize. This is Ted Nugent's Spirit Cooking. Where he, I guess he earns his place in Pizzagate or something. Turd nugget. Absolutely. Apparently, he's not short on arrows right now. with his, true to Native American history compound bow that he uses, along with this like asshole flag that says "I will not comply," which of course he absolutely would. Does he? Hey asshole, do you carry that rifle through an airport? Do you? How about this? When you if you get pulled over and you have one in the car, do you reach for it and point it out the window really quick to let them know you have it? Do you go, "Hey, back off, I'm armed"? Do you do that? Then of course you fucking comply. Shut the fuck up. Again, what do you mean when they come to take it, which they're not doing? So you comply everywhere except the magical fairy dust land where the roundup crowd is coming to take your boom boom. Shut the fuck up. You comply all the fucking time, dude.
I have no...
Hey, asshole, by the way, you comply to the terms of service on fucking Rumble to post this video.
Parameters except good over evil.
This is his only parameter, good over evil. And so to him, threatening a woman that he's going to shove that rifle in particular, or the one it's based on, up between her legs into her internal organs and open fire with it is good, according to Ted, who does not now and has never gone to church, and at one point, I guess, faked shitting his pants or shit his pants on purpose to get out of the draft, and also adopted an underage girl because in Michigan the statutory rape laws don't apply to incest. Just so you know what his standard of good is. I'm just trying to help you out so we're clear.
And remember when I told you that our government has not only welcomed and red carpeted and incentivized and rewarded terrorists into our country with fentanyl killing hundreds of thousands of Americans.
Wait, sorry. If the fentanyl trackers being a totally different thing. So you're talking about, I suppose, Chinese terrorists or something? Is that the theory? So let me get this straight. Anytime there's a government failure around any particular kind of an issue, that rewards the terrorists and it lays out the red carpet for them. So if, let's say, I don't know, Alex Jones, and I'm just spitballing here, sells a supplement on his site that has traces of lead in it and end up giving people health problems. And again, I'm just spitballing here. He does that, and no government agency steps in until it's too late, I suppose, and a bunch of people have been made sick by this shit. That rolls out the red carpet. That's our government rolling out the red carpet for terrorists. Just any, because they don't have to obviously be linked. They can just be, okay.
Through the Democrat Trump Derangement Syndrome zombie devil gang.
Do you have to belong to all of those things? I mean, is it just, I'm pretty sure it's just, since I'm a Democrat, I automatically just fall into the rest of those things. Also, would you be included as well? Because I personally think, and this is, you can correct me on this if you think I'm mistaken, but I think it's deranged, for example, to think Donald Trump is a good person when he indeed was friends with Jeffrey Epstein for 2.5 decades and Alan Dershowitz and other people who've argued, obviously, that there should be no age of consent, and has a, if there's grass on the field, let's play attitude, and younger. I would consider that bad. I would say you'd have to be deranged. But, you know, all right, okay, maybe we're both in this group, or maybe, I think it's just me, isn't it? It's just me. He means just me, right? And us. Okay, good.
That don't believe America is a country, because if you believe in open borders, you hate America.
Yeah, I don't believe in open borders, and I don't hate America. I believe in a functioning asylum system, and I believe in legal immigration, and I also believe in moats and alligators and mounted 50 cals on an electrified wall are probably not the best way to handle, immigration that's illegal. That maybe that, or barbed wire, let's say, something else. Especially if we're the richest country in the world. I mean, I think you just bust people back out in that regard. Also, tracking everybody would be a good idea, since we're so technologically advanced and like, and you do a DNA test on everybody, so you have, so if you separate a family or you find out that somebody was carrying somebody else's kid through and wherever, you could reunite those people and send them back. I think that's reasonable. Obviously a protection that would be afforded to Americans, that you have a right to privacy on those things, but if you cross into a country illegally, then you take on other traits. So that would be work. I would say yes. I would say the United States is indeed a country. Turd nugget. Please continue.
Well, I'm a Democrat, but I don't believe it. If you're a Democrat, that's your policy.
No, it isn't. Otherwise, why would we have wanted to pass the border bill? Dum-dum.
You support open borders that kill Americans.
No, again, Title 42 was the open border policy. We tried to shut it down even earlier than Biden ultimately did. That was an open border policy. It basically created a conveyor belt.
And welcome in jihadists from the Congo and Nigeria and Somalia and the Sudan and communists.
Weird. Are all jihadists black? Or just the ones you're scared of? What'd you just do a show in Dubai and they paid you to be there, dumb fuck? So suddenly you're okay with whatever your phrase, camel jockeys or whatever you usually throw around? Interesting. Just, I don't know. It's weird to me. Does it seem weird to you that the jihadis are all black? Doesn't that seem strange? I don't know. It seems like it right off the top of your head. Okay.
China. And the drones are flying over the East Coast looking for nukes.
We covered this before, but this asshole thinks that the lost nuclear material was an actual nuke. It was a nuclear bomb, and that apparently the Chinese were helping us look for it or something. Obviously, it was, for those that don't know, there was a crate with radiology equipment in it, an MRI machine, had the extra pieces of like radioactive material in it, and it automatically triggers a be on the lookout thing for it, but it was supposed to be there and it just didn't show up. You can handle it. Won't even make you sick. Just saying. We covered this before. I mean, but why should we expect Ted to be on top of it?
That our government welcomed people in without vetting them and are actually taking our tax dollars.
Wait, if they welcome them, how do you know? How do you know? I mean, if they were jihadis or whatever, obviously somebody went, hey, that's a jihadi, and they did nothing about this person, and they were welcomed, then you know that they were there. So they were tracked somehow, is the theory, or they were kicked out, and they were welcomed only because it took a little while to process them or something?
Boarding them and then giving them a flight from the prisons of Venezuela.
What? Hold. Blah, blah, blah. Real quick. I'm sorry. You lost me there for a second. How? When? Where? What? Okay. When? So they start. Let's just pick one. They start. A jihadi in Somalia is welcomed into the country as revenge against or in support of fentanyl. And this person, whoever the fuck they are, who is a godaway and you don't know who they are, managed to get in the country and was welcomed. And then somehow they ended up in a Venezuelan prison. And then they got a flight from the Venezuelan prison to where? Hold on, wait. Run this by me again.
China. Mm-hmm. And the drones are flying over the East Coast.
Drones are flying over the East Coast. I got that part. Looking for nukes, which I don't know if you mean they're looking at our nuclear facilities or they're looking for the nuclear material. I don't actually think you know either way. You wouldn't know enough details about either version of your bullshit to figure it out, but it's adorable. Okay.
Looking for nukes that our government welcomed people in without vetting them.
Sorry, did they bring the nukes? Sorry, the people that we welcomed in brought the nukes? I'm so confused.
And are actually taking our tax dollars, rewarding them, and then giving them a flight from the prisons of Venezuela.
How did they get there? Do we get... Was it a round trip? I guess that's what I'm wondering. Was it? It was a round. It had to be a round trip flight, right? Did we pay for them to go to Venezuela? Or did they walk there and then we flew them back? Just like that was their reward. Like it's the Amazing Race. All right. Oh, wait. There's only like this is such a short clip. It's like 2 minutes. Chat room, real quick. Check me real quick, just in case. Does any of this make any fucking sense? I gotta say, it's like he was walking across a room full of like maggot refrigerator poetry, and he tripped and fell on a metal floor, and they all just went flah. And he went, okay, all right, you're fucked. Read it. You can't peel them off. They're all stuck now. The magnet's too strong. Read them as they fell. I don't. Yeah, you're probably right, Randall. I don't. I know a lot of people who do drugs, and I don't think they would understand him either. Yeah, fuck it. All right, good. At least it's not me. I was worried. I was like, maybe this fits someone's view of something. He posted this clip, by the way. I'd like to say for the record, they put this up. He was like, nailed it. Cut. Use that take. That's the solo.
No, this is not the new script for Escape from New York.
No, Escape from New York was a good one. It sounds more like the script for Escape from LA, which sucked. It sounds like, quite frankly, that Carpenter's lost his fucking mind and we're doing Escape to Toledo at this point. What in the world?
This is our government right now.
No, it actually isn't, you weirdo. None of that is our government right now, honestly.
And if you're not communicating
obviously, please tell us, Uncle Turd, tell us all how to communicate. You're so good at it. You're a master.
Things need to be redundant.
Huh? Sorry, back up.
Prisons of Venezuela.
Prisons? Mm-hmm.
No, this is not the new script for Escape from New York. This is our government right now. And if you're not communicating, some things need to be redundant.
If you're not communicating, some things mean. Well, in his defense, both of those statements are absurd, which is sort of redundant. If you're saying just non sequitur bullshit over and over again, it is in its own way redundant. I can't argue with that. This is the same shit over and over again.
Engineered redundancy.
I don't know what that means.
Whew. Tell your mayor.
My mayor? Okay.
Tell your chief of police.
Mm-hmm.
Tell your sheriff.
Yes. How do I spot him? Is he he's the dude with the curlicue mustache and that kind of right, that guy. All right.
Tell your game warden.
My gay what?
Tell your state trooper commander and your senator and your congressman, your ombudsman, and your
ombudsman,
state rep, and your governor and your attorney general.
Can you just say every politician you can look up an email or a phone number for in your circle of whatever the fuck? What am I supposed to tell them?
And your lieutenant governor. Hammer the living out of these people that it's the Constitution.
Oh, yeah, sure. The Constitution, which provides for the general welfare, for example. That would mean that you'd probably set up, I don't know, a national healthcare system to make sure that everybody got a baseline of healthcare, and that you'd have a Department of Education, say, for public education, and that along with the military, which you would go, obviously you have to have a standing military to fight back against anybody that would attack the system from without. You would also have, say, disinformation and misinformation warriors within the government to push back on foreign influence, pushing inward and trying to, dismantle things from the inside out by, I don't know, feeding bizarre talking points through a blender into some gibberish-brained fuckwad former rock star to spew out all over real America's voice, which is neither real nor America's nor anyone's voice. It's really just a small corporate news outlet like that. You mean I should tell them that the Constitution's important? Right. Okay. Oh, you mean the part like obviously the amendments, the First Amendment, the freedom of speech and freedom of religion, which of course would guarantee you couldn't, say, put the Ten Commandments up in front of any school. That would be straight up. I mean, that's constitutional law right there. You're absolutely right. I should call. You know what? I take it all back, kids. He said one sensible thing. Contact your congressperson and say, the Congress, your ombudsman and your sheriff and whoever the fuck else. Let them know that putting the Ten Commandments in front of a school is a violation of the Constitution. Thanks, Ted.
Law and order.
I see. So no storming of the Capitol, no hanging around with Jeffrey Epstein, and no wishing Ghislaine Maxwell well or any of that shit. Okay. No breaking of like the Logan actor or hanging out with Logan Paul. I think they should both be equally.
Quit engineering violent crime and welcoming in jihadists.
Yeah, that's what it is. Uncle Ted is just worried that these criminals from outside the country are taking good, solid criminal jobs from American patriotic criminals. He's tired of being in his neighborhood in Michigan surrounded by out-of-work crooks who are having their jobs taken by Venezuelan gangs. We need some good thanks, Ted. We need some good old-fashioned American crime. That's right. And none of this Soprano shit either. You don't think Ted believes the Italians are white, do you? Get out of here. Yeah. So 14th Amendment would be the Constitution, that'd be kind of thing. I think Tara Dublin would find it weird agreeing with you that we should follow the Constitution, and of course the amendments involved in that. So no felon can be president of the United States. I'm just throwing that out there. That I think the name of this is obviously Ted Nugent in some sort of manic fit has decided that Donald Trump cannot be president, and that he comes out on today of all days. Ted Nugent comes out against the certification of Trump for president because he wants the Constitution followed. It's law and order, motherfucker. 14th Amendment. That's what he means. Way to go, Ted. Look at this. So we all... I will never cease to be amazed. It's Al Sparks Maker Worldwide. And sometimes we deal with lunacy. There's no other way around it. That's Ted Nugent on his weird little spirit cooking show, talking shit about, I don't know what the fuck. Honestly, I couldn't make sense of any of that. There was another one too. Hold on. This one. Hold on. Can I bring out, while we're at it, because I got to see if maybe this is a trend. Hold on. This is another one. It's same show, I think, but you can't tell because he never washes his self. Or if I might, this is the same shirty mess, whatever. This is titled, Nobody trusts the government anymore. Well, now that Trump's been elected, I think we got a good reason to. Why would you be saying this when Republicans have taken the House and the Senate and the presidency, if that's who your people are? Because maybe he'll explain it. Maybe something Democrat, open border, Soros, demon, something or other. Probably. Okay, let's see. And by the way, Ted, you look fantastic. You don't look like you need sleep or that you've been asleep for 100 years either.
The ATF is like the FBI agents. Well, it's not a terrorist attack. You haven't done any research yet. Shut the front door.
The ATF, I suppose we're talking about New Orleans. You know what? Why am I trying to add context to Ted's clip? Why would I bother? Why is it up to me? If Turd wants to put his clips on starting in the middle, who am I to argue with him? And I'll just go with, no one knows what the fuck you're talking about. You seem to just be dropping, quote, 3-letter organizational names because you think that's a talking point.
Nobody trusts you guys. Nobody trusts the ATF. Nobody trusts the FBI.
Yeah, they do. You know how you know? When they actually show up. I don't give a rat fuck what you think about them in the abstract. But if you found out the ATF raided a house on your block, you'd be like, what was that motherfucker doing? You wouldn't go, oh, Gary? No way. You'd go, what the fuck is Gary doing? Right? For real. If the FBI surrounded a location anywhere near you, would you be going, oh, that poor man? Seriously. Would you? Oh, God, this is so stupid.
Nobody trusts the DEA.
Did you just get, tipped off from Don Jr. that you're about to be raided?
We have more fentanyl killing more Americans than ever before, and there's a...
Actually, no, it's down from the peak, which was the fiscal year, April to April 2020 to 2021. That was the number. And you'll be shocked to know that the vast majority of those happened in 2020 during the early parts of lockdown. Shocker.
Drug Enforcement Agency, oh, you're doing a great job.
You do realize when they seize stuff at the border, that means that stuff is seized. That if they're seizing more at the border than ever before, that doesn't mean more is getting through. That means, okay, they're finally getting a grip on where it's coming from. Yeah. It's not that people don't trust the ATF. It's not that people don't trust the FBI. They don't trust the TED. So,
improvise, adapt, and overcome. Think.
Okay, fuck you. You don't get to borrow from the fucking Marines or the Navy SEALs. You know, fucking, would you watch Heartbreak Ridge? We improvise, overcome, adapt. Just because you're wearing fucking flak, you're wearing camo, doesn't make you military, asshole. You haven't improvised or overcome or adapted ever.
Raise hell and demand constitutional accountability from your mayor, your chief of police.
All right, seems to be this blather he's laying on thick this episode.
Your sheriff, your state trooper commander, your game warden, your senator, your congressman, your ombudsman. Ombudsman. I don't know why you're bringing that up other than you think the word sounds funny. Your governor, your lieutenant governor, and your attorney general. We, the people, have to take this country back because right now, Feds...
From what?
Zilla.
Fedzilla. Okay. What do you think? IRS problems? That's what IRS, fear of seizure stuff, hiding funds, hiding drugs and shit, that kind of thing.
Is a criminal. But I have a First Amendment right, and God knows they're probably coming to get me.
Okay. This is one of those things okay, you got shit on your hard drive and you realize somebody hacked it or some shit, and they're like, uh-oh, I gotta start getting out ahead of this. I gotta say, this sounds like Ted has some kid diddler footage on his hard drive, and he's worried that there's going to be a knock at his door, so he's trying to paint them as targeting him. That's usually where you hear this kind of an argument. And what is he afraid it's going to happen before Trump can get in and pardon him for having kid diddler footage?
Good luck. Happy New Year, everybody. Whack 'em and stack 'em, track 'em, pack 'em and hack 'em, give 'em no slack 'em. Have a great deer season that still goes on.
Yeah. Okay. This is what Ted does here is kind of like what some of the UFC adjacent guys there is that they borrow toughness. Yeah, they it's kind of like stolen valor, but they borrow toughness from activities. So because he shoots deer from a fucking hideout in a tree near the only watering hole for miles, which is like, is like a serial killer who hangs out near a Burger King drive-thru and goes, "Aha, I found the perfect victim pool. They cannot escape how strong I am. I am so powerful." What do? I hide the tree and then I shoot them from very far away while they're sipping water. It sounds really tough. You don't wrestle them to the ground. You don't fucking Rambo them, where you tie your knife to an end of a stick and kill a wild boar and walk down through the forest with the leg over your shoulder. Now you use these giant compound bows, and about how many fucking arrows does it take you? But. And again, nothing against hunting as that thing. It's just if it's a cock substitute, which it clearly is for him. I'm just saying it won't last long, and it's not very convincing. And it's usually when guys like him get on a hard fade and they start dealing with the fact that they're getting old and less attractive and all that kind of stuff, that their ego makes them cling to false machismo and stuff. Let me give you an example. This is like, you ever see a guy at a club with who's 20 years older than everybody there, and he's got a mustache and his shirt's open and he's wearing whatever hot clothes were the deal back when he used to go clubbing, right? And you're like, dude, right? That's what this is. I'm like walking around a bunch of butch guys going, "I'm butch too, right, guys? Right? Okay, walk a little slower. The ground's very uneven, and my ankle's giving me problems. Wait up! Hey, wait up!" That's what he's doing. This is the same thing. This is him dressed like this. This is the same as some dude going, "Hey, ladies," curling his mustache in a club, going, "It's a little loud in here, isn't it?" Oh, God, what a dipshit. I don't even hang around in clubs I'm performing in. I know to take it on the heel and toe. I got, especially because, my audience, when I'm doing stand-up or something, there'll be a lot of, 20-somethings because of lab rats and the timing of that or whatever. And I'm like, "Good night, kids." Phew. Right? And I look good. Hey, everybody, come see how good I look. Ow. So, no, but in all seriousness, beat fucking feet. And that's exactly what he's doing. There are parallels amongst all these things. Yeah. Yeah, hit that sub button. I agree.